Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at NAMI CARINA in a bit of a different light when it comes to PvP. Now, normally when I do these PvP videos, I like to take an offensive team into the challenges and actually showcase how offensively powerful new characters actually are. But with the release of this new NAMI CARINA, I do find this unit to be much better suited to a defensive build. Now, this particular team that you guys are going to be seeing in the next couple of challenge fights is my defense team that I have been rocking since the start, or just after I pulled NAMI CARINA on about day 2 of the Block A of Pirate Rumble. Now, this particular team is a free spirit, quick baity kind of centric team. It does rely on Zoro, it does rely on Luffy, and then it just basically has some free spirit units like Robin and Frankie to sort of build out some bulk. But the reason I wanted to put this video together is because I wanted to showcase how strong some defensive teams can actually be. It can definitely throw you off guard when actually trying to fight them. Now, this particular NAMI CARINA unit has brought in a very, very interesting and annoying mechanic. Well, not a new mechanic, but a very interesting way of utilizing a mechanic where they reduce cooldown by 40%. Now, we're going up against a bunch of challenge fights here. Now, I don't expect to win any of these. I think we win one of them, which is hilarious, but we're not expected to win. The idea is to time out the opposition. Now, we're starting off with Kawamatsu because Roger Whitebeard is the big one on the opposition team. Roger Whitebeard, whenever you see like a 5-man team, is like a go-to unit because like they can do stuff like that and just kill a unit. But when you have someone like NAMI and CARINA running around that can reduce enemies' CT by 40%, it makes it very hard for your big damage dealers to continuously go. On top of that, they're on a 24-second cooldown, which is incredibly low on a team that has a disgustingly high speed. Just under 20 speed is nuts. On top of that, they have level... oh, wait, no, that's just because we hit the last 30 seconds. 19 speed is nuts, which means that they're going very, very quickly, and they're consistently popping their special off to stop the damage dealers from actually taking out units in the team. Zoro and Luffy both have a revive, and this revive mechanic allows you to sort of utilize the PvP abilities of Frankie and Robin, where you need 5 or less units, or less than 3 units in the opposition, to get the massive defensive bulk, to get all of the extra healing, and all that fun stuff that they actually provide. Now, as you guys can see, we did take a Roger Whitebeard shot. It did kill Frankie, but we're now at the back end of 20 seconds left, and the opposition is sort of scraping for specials to actually take us out. If NAMI CARINA dies from a Roger Whitebeard shot, it puts you probably in a little bit of a worse spot, because you can't slow the opposition down to that point where it's like, okay, well, you're not going to be using specials now. And this particular fight got very close to the wire, but it's very interesting to see that even with a Roger Whitebeard on the team, the opposition team, they just couldn't get it done. So, could have gone very differently, but I will show a screenshot right here as well after the time up, showing another time I actually ran this. And how I managed to actually kill Roger Whitebeard, which means that Luffy can do some really crazy things with his damage through defense. You can take out these big damage dealers on top of sort of just stalling out the fight as well. Now, another huge problem that defensive teams face is halve stats. Characters like Blue Jam, characters like Big Bum can do some really, really annoying stuff, like halve your stats, halve your defense, halve your healing, which means that you really struggle to build up your bulk and actually survive out the long 100 seconds that the fight actually gives you. Being able to avoid characters that do this is so incredibly valuable, and NAMI CARINA is one of those characters that can just do it reliably, so consistently. On top of that, Luffy again has that option of just like binking that unit with the damage from defense. Zoro and his counters can actually just start tearing through the enemy lineup and can really disrupt things, making it very hard for the opposition to actually take this team down. Now, like I said, I don't plan to win any of these fights. That's not the goal here. The goal is to just get to that timeout, so that way you guys can see that if the enemy was to come up against us with some of these bigger names, some of these bigger boppers, we would actually be in a really, really good spot. This team is not unbeatable, though. There are some options that can do it, but I just wanted to showcase how fun NAMI CARINA actually is on a defensive team, and I also wanted to highlight that you guys should be scared if you see this unit on a defensive build. If you guys see this unit on a defensive build, you probably want to steer away from it. Grand Party is going to be very interesting as well, sort of seeing how this character fits into the meta, because they can be used on so many different teams. Being a rainbow booster, as long as they have any of the Straw Hats or they have any of the Film Gold units as well, they can basically just buff and debuff the entire team. Their ability to reduce defense is so much fun, and as you guys can see there, if they hit 2 of the same unit that has a full special charge, someone like Blue Jam, someone like Porkamy, who has very, very good specials. Even characters like Dofi, Kid, King, all those units that go through defense, do massive amounts of damage, and really disrupt your defensive teams. NAMI CARINA just basically says no to them. Now, obviously, there is some RNG aspect of this. NAMI CARINA obviously have to hit the right units. If everyone has specials, they're only going to hit 4 units, and you might miss out on that one character that you really wanted to special reverse. But nevertheless, 99% of the time, if you have enough investments in the rest of your characters, and remember, you have 3 other slots here, you can easily run some other characters as well. If you're running an offensive build, obviously, things would look a little bit different. But the idea of this team as well is Robin and Frankie do need you to be at 5 members or less. Otherwise, you don't get the effect of all their builds. We just sort of like decimate the whole team with Luffy there. It's just nuts what this character can do. Luffy is just the best PvP character in the game. It's not fair. But NAMI CARINA are just, yeah, they're something else. And they're very interesting, not only in regular play, but in PvP. And it's going to be very interesting to see where this unit is taken in the meta and how this unit disrupts the meta so drastically because of their ability to nerf, but also their ability to just counteract the opposition. Now, again, RNG is a very small factor, but if you compare this unit to something like Nami, Robin, and Boa Hancock, the RNG is nowhere near as severe as you are always hitting characters with the highest CT. Obviously, this can proc at the incorrect time, and you can hit like characters that have just used their special, or you just miss characters by them using their specials. Yes, that is definitely going to happen. But all in all, when it comes to defensive builds, you kind of want to bait the opposition into actually thinking they have a very good chance of taking you down, and then RNG just sort of falling into your favor and winning you the fight as well. Our team is very quick dominated as well. We have 3 quick units. NAMI CARINA are dual units, so they're classified as a non-color. But Frankie, Robin, and Zora are all quick characters. Now, I was running a very similar setup to this, but I was using Boa Hancock, so another quick unit. And teams that, or people using stuff like Dex teams, usually think, okay, well, I'll just go in with a good Dex team, and I'll be able to take down this team because it's very quick-centric. But even going up against the quick power PvP fight, they just didn't have the damage to actually take us down. Not only that, they didn't even have enough damage to kill any of our units, which is kind of nuts to think about. Now, NAMI CARINA, they are the weakest link on this team, but what they provide in terms of just stuffing around the opposition is so damn funny, and it's so damn cheeky to have this unit on a defensive build. So just be mindful when you are fighting oppositions, if you are going up against even stuff like random rainbow teams that have like Tesoro, maybe Shanks crew, Jack. You're going up against cerebral builds that have like Robin and Koala with like the Black Maria ulti sort of stuff. Just be very, very careful when you are sort of just throwing teams against this unit willy-nilly, because this unit is going to disrupt big damage dealers so drastically. On top of that, if you hybrid this unit with something like Luffy and his revive, and then Zoro and his counters, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Oh, that was unfortunate, Luffy hitting NAMI CARINA there. Okay, so we did lose a unit. I do apologize. That last shot from Luffy hitting NAMI CARINA was just bad luck. But if you hybrid this with Zoro's counters and then reducing cooldowns, it means that the enemy has to use normal attacks, and Zoro's counters start going absolutely AWOL. On top of the cooldown being so nice and so reliable, it's 40%. 40% is so powerful because it means that when the enemy actually goes and tries to attack, they're always going to hit with a normal attack, which is just so damn funny, because when Zoro has the counter up, the enemy goes from wanting to use the special and hitting like the whole entire team to hitting Zoro with a normal attack and then getting reverse damage for something like 30k, which is just so goddamn funny. And it can just bink out opposition teams. And even this team being very, very tanky, very, very stally, we do manage to get them down pretty low thanks to all the HP cards from Frankie, all the damage output that we have from Luffy, and then obviously with all of the counters that Zoro has as well. So really, really fun defensive build. If you do have the units, I would try it out. I do understand seeing Zoro, seeing Luffy, you're probably going to skip the fight anyway with the update button. But like I said, this is the team that I've been rocking, and it does seem to do a lot of fun, and I wanted to sort of take PvP and sort of showcase it in a different way, and I thought this was the best way to do it. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. While you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.